Those purple bruises on your arms, what's really going on and how to treat them. Have you ever noticed those purple spots that are flat on your arms or legs or tops of your hands, or maybe on a friend or a loved one, maybe your parents, and wondered, what is going on? Are these spots melanoma? Are they bruises or what? We're going to talk about the different kinds and what to do about them, both orally and topically. I can't tell you how many patients have come in, even my own mother, and have asked me what these spots are and wondered if they could be melanoma. They're almost never melanoma. And today we're going to talk about why they happen and what to do about them to keep your skin stronger. What are those purple spots? When you see those purplish patches, especially on the forearms or hands, what's really going on is that tiny blood vessels just under the skin surface have broken, and then blood leaks out into the surrounding tissue. Unlike normal bruises, these aren't from big trauma, just the vessels have become more fragile over time. The medical term for this is purpura, which is kind of a funny name and kind of fun to say, but depending on the cause, it might be called actinic, senile, or traumatic. Now, actinic purpura is the sun damage type. That's probably the most common one. Actinic is a fancy word that just means related to sunlight. Over many years, UV rays break down the collagen and elastin that normally support your tiny blood vessels. So your skin loses that cushion underneath, and even a little bump, like brushing against a counter, can make those vessels burst. That's why it shows up most on areas that have seen the most sun, like the backs of your arms, your hands, and sometimes your lower legs too. The skin there becomes thin, crepey, and fragile. That's what we call dermatoporosis. The next type is senile purpura, and I really hate that name. The name sounds super harsh, but senile just means age-associated. As we get older, we naturally lose both collagen and fat under the skin. That padding that once protected your blood vessels just isn't there anymore. Combine that with years of sun exposure and the natural thinning that comes with aging, and you have a perfect recipe for those dark purple blotches that can appear after the lightest touch. The next type is traumatic purpura, the bump and bruise type. This one's a little more straightforward. It happens when there's an actual injury. Maybe you bumped your arm on a car door or something. Normally that kind of bump wouldn't leave a mark when you were younger, but when your skin and vessels are fragile, even minor trauma leaves visible purpura. There it is, hard to say again. Now, why it looks worse than it is. Here's the thing. Purpura looks really dramatic. The purple color comes from that blood sitting just under the surface of the skin. Over time, your body reabsorbs it and it changes colors from purple to green to yellow, just like a bruise. The problem is, in fragile or sun-damaged skin, it takes much longer to fade, and new spots often appear before the old ones heal. So it can look like it's spreading, even though it's just at different stages of healing. If we haven't met yet, my name is Beth, and I'm a 61-year-old dermatology PA with almost 25 years of experience. Let's talk about why these spots are not melanoma. These spots don't turn into cancer. They're not a sign of malignancy, but skin fragility. Melanoma tends to be a dark brown or black lesion with irregular borders and pigment, whereas purpura are more purple, flat, and often fade over time, or they should. But if you ever have a spot that's raised, changing shape, bleeding, or not healing, that's the time to have it checked, because those are melanoma warning signs. Now let's talk about treatment and prevention. I want to propose a 3-pronged treatment that you won't likely hear anywhere else for these spots. First is prevention, then treatment with orals to strengthen the blood vessels, followed by treatment with topicals and 1 oral to strengthen the skin itself and make the blood spots clear up faster. First, let's talk about sun protection. every single day. UV light is one of the biggest culprits in breaking down the collagen that supports your blood vessels. That means sunscreen isn't just about preventing wrinkles. It's about keeping your skin structurally strong. Most people don't think about that. I would use a broad spectrum SPF 30 to 50 or higher. Apply it every morning to your arms, hands, and legs, not just your face. Reapply it if you're outside more than a couple of hours, and wear UPF clothing or lightweight long sleeves when possible. Think of it as armor for your skin. Next up, we want to hydrate and moisturize. Dry, thin skin tears more easily. Using a fragrance-free moisturizer with ingredients like ceramides, glycerin, or hyaluronic acid helps elasticity, helps it keep moisture, and helps the skin barrier function. Now you want to review your medications. If you're on certain medications like aspirin, NSAIDs, steroids, that sort of thing, you want to talk to your provider. Don't stop them suddenly. Just talk to them about it if you're bruising easily. Then you want to have gentle handling. Like if you're gardening, doing things, you can wear certain sleeves to help protect you. Be careful when you're hanging grocery bags on your arms, take them inside. Small adjustments like these will help reduce new bruises. Now let's strengthen the skin with an oral supplement. Collagen peptides, building within. Hydrolyzed collagen peptides have been shown in studies to improve skin thickness, elasticity, and hydration after several weeks of use. We don't have studies specifically proving they prevent purpura, but it makes sense biologically. If your dermis is stronger and you have stronger collagen, it means more support for your blood vessels. So you want to give it at least 8 to 12 weeks of consistent, regular use before expecting to see improvements. You want to pair it with vitamin C, since your body needs that to form collagen properly. I take 10 grams of collagen daily in my coffee, and that's the dose I would recommend. You want to take at least 500 milligrams of vitamin C to strengthen the blood vessel walls. And there's another supplement that is called a medical food, and it's prescription. And it's equal to eating 140 oranges per day, the amount of bioflavonoids which are in this prescription pill called Vasculera. They're powerful antioxidants, and it's used to help the lower leg veins to strengthen when people get edema and swelling in their lower legs. So you take 1 pill a day, and it makes sense that it might help with the purpura too. No studies have been done on this as far as I could find, but if you talk to your healthcare provider, they might be willing to prescribe this Vasculera pill to you. Now, to strengthen the skin with topicals and make the purpura go away faster, let's talk about Biafine emulsion right here. It's a French product considered medicinal in Europe, but considered cosmetic in the US. It used to be prescription here, actually. When I was first introduced to it about 20 years ago, it actually had been developed in 1971, so it took a while for us to even hear about it over here. I vividly remember the pharmaceutical representative telling me that it sends out signals to your white blood cells to come faster to heal the area in about half the time. And I've been recommending it for years, and you can now get it on Amazon. No prescription needed. I tell patients to apply it 2 to 4 times a day to burns, bruises, and cuts, but it's not an antibiotic and it's not a steroid. And it's not for use on deep wounds or third-degree burns. But man, is it magic. It works like magic in my opinion, and in many patients' opinions. So now let's talk about arnica cream for a minute. It's made out of a sunflower plant, and it's been used for centuries, literally. I remember reading a book about Napoleon's wife, Josephine, and she was badly injured when a balcony she was sitting on collapsed. And they used arnica on her to heal her faster. I was very surprised about that. But if you look at modern day literature, the studies are limited and inconsistent. They can't say it definitely helps, but a lot of products still use it, and I don't see any harm in using it though. So one product that uses it is called Derm Bruise Formula. I wrote it right here, Derm at the bottom. They make a bruise formula to help bruises heal faster, and they also make Derm Fragile Skin Moisturizing Cream for use 1 to 2 times a day regularly to strengthen the skin. So the Fragile Skin Cream has several great ingredients like retinol, hyaluronic acid, ceramides, niacinamide, and glycolic acid. The bruise formula has a few of those in it too, but it also has arnica oil. So I would recommend using the Fragile Skin Moisturizing Cream every day after your, at least every day after your shower. You could do it again before bedtime or twice a day if you want to. And either the bruise formula or the Biafine emulsion like 2 to 4 times a day to the spots to cut down the healing time. Now here's a few other helpful habits, okay? So you want to eat a balanced diet, one that's rich in antioxidants like berries, leafy greens, and citrus. And don't smoke. Smoking damages blood vessels and slows healing. That's just how it is. These purple spots aren't a sign of something dangerous. They're a sign that skin has lived a good, full life. But that doesn't mean you're stuck with them. With daily protection, collagen support, and a few mindful habits, you can strengthen your skin from the inside out and see fewer of those purple spots over time. Aging skin is just experienced skin, but we don't have to show it if we take some extra care. If you found this helpful, give it a like and share it with someone who's been wondering about those purple spots. I bet you're thinking of that person right now. And I'll see you in the next one.